Hi and welcome to this week's travel clinic. I'm really sorry that I haven't been around to do much, but obviously if you follow my travel monkey, I've been in Tuscany and then it's been the Easter holidays, so it's all been a bit frantic, but I haven't forgotten, and this week's is a real corker. Stay tuned for more. So what have we got in store for this week? Well, one thing that a lot of people ask me is, how do you find the best deals online for flights? Now that is a really good question, and there really isn't an easy answer, I'm afraid. It does take a lot of research, a lot of going on different comparison sites, but I'm going to show you a few tips that I do when I'm looking for a flight, and hopefully it will help you find a better deal. Now, the first one I always think is, if you know you're going somewhere, I would say straight off the bat, try and book your flights as early as possible. So when we went to South Africa at Christmas, I knew after the Christmas before we wanted to go there. So in January, I was already looking at flights and I found a really, really good deal in the end for the four of us to go. So that's my first tip, definitely book early. But I'll move on to the screen next and show you what other stuff I do.
So, one thing that I do when I'm kind of stuck for ideas about where to go, but I have a specific budget in mind about how much I want to spend on flights, is a great tool in SkyScanner. So if you go to SkyScanner and just instead of typing in a country about where you want to go, this little icon comes up here, can't decide where, click to search everywhere. I always look for direct flights. So I've got my dates in, and obviously I've got the travellers, there's four of us. You search for flights, and the great thing is the search that comes up shows you a really big list of all the countries that they have. If I scroll down, there's tons. So I'm looking for a bit of sunshine. I have a bit of budget in mind. Oh, look, Italy from £57. So click on there, and you'll see here a list of the Italian destinations that you can go to. Now, I've never been to Genoa, so I'm going to click on Genoa, and actually, I'll be honest, I don't even know much about Genoa either, but I'm going to look at how much the flights are, and I'm going to see what the flight times are, and when they all come up, you'll see, oh, actually, it's a really great price. So this is a great starting point to then start researching about the destination. So from this point on, you can research the destination, the things to do, and then start looking at accommodation. So going to Skyscanner first is actually a really good way of finding somewhere to go when you're a bit stuck for ideas.
Another tip that I find really useful is that there are always flight sales going on throughout the year. Generally, though, they do tend to be at the beginning of the year and at the end. For instance, British Airways and Virgin always do flight sales. So that's a good way of also bagging yourself a bargain. If you sign up to their mailing lists, you'll instantly get a reminder of when these are happening in your inbox. So that's a good way of scouting some flights if you're thinking of going somewhere, and that might seal the deal.
You want to actually book flights and compare prices. Now, there are lots and lots of different comparison sites that are available to you, but my first port of call always tends to be Skyscanner. So I don't know why I've chosen Oman, but maybe it's because subliminally I actually really want to go there. But so I've typed in London to Oman, direct flights only on these specific dates and for travellers. So you search flights and see what it comes up with. It takes a little time for it to work. Yeah, I'll say direct. I should have said that anyway. From £418, it's already coming up for the dates that I want. And already you can see how quick it is. It looks like Gulf Air. Oh no, Oman Air is being the cheapest at the moment. It's saying from £354 per person, but obviously sometimes the dates and times may not work for you. So it's easy to scroll down and see the difference in prices of what you can get. Now, don't just look at one comparison site, do go and look at others. So, for instance, I've done the same here for Kayak, which is another site that I use, and Kayak differ in the fact that their prices go up and down according to demand, I think. So here you go, they're saying £606, so they seem a little bit more expensive than, say, the deal here on Oman Air. And then I always go to Travel Supermarket as well, and again they show the total cost of the price for all, and Gulf Air here is 1,170, which actually I think that's a really fantastic deal. And last but not least, Apodo too. So Apodo are saying £372 per person on Gulf Air as well, I think. And there's British Airways here. So you can see what I'm trying to show you is that each comparison site is coming up with different prices. So you really do have to look around. If, like me, you collect air miles as well, it's always worth going on to British Airways and seeing if your Avios points will amount to anything off a huge sum if you're looking there as well. So those options are really great if you want to compare flights. Thing I've learned over the years when trying to find flights is, have you ever noticed when you've gone on those comparison sites and you've seen a flight that you like and the prices are really great, and you go off and do other stuff, you have to discuss it, you can't just book £1,000 flights just off the bat like that, and then you go back and you search, and because of cookies or because you've been looking at that particular flight, the site remembers actually you've been looking and the prices suddenly go up. It's really annoying. In the past, I actually have gone to someone else's house to use their Wi-Fi to mitigate that. But I've since learned that if you go to an incognito window or a private window, so if you go to Chrome here, you can get an incognito window down there. It's private browsing, so cookies can't remember anything, and you search for flights this way, it shouldn't remember that you had looked before. So as I showed you before, we've got the same flights and hopefully the same prices will come up again as they did before. It's rather annoying when that happens, isn't it? Yes, look, so £354, and that is what we saw last time. So that's another handy tip to remember, to try and get the same price that you saw before. Incognito windows, private browsers, you should be able to get the same prices.
So I hope some of those things I've shown you on the screen will prove to be useful when you come to look for flights later. And the web address for the blog is coming up on the screen now. So if you want any more tips, travel advice, destination guides, please hop over there. There's tons of stuff on there. And yeah, and we'd love it if you subscribe to this channel too. And of course, if you have any other questions that you'd like me to tackle and answer, please leave in the comments below or tweet at my_travelmonkey and I'll be sure to tackle them in the future. But for now, hope you have a really good week and we'll see you real soon.